welcome to Cover Story. This week we take a look at the very high-profile battle for South Bangalore. On the one side is an old-timer, a 5-term MP from here, the BJP's Anand Kumar. Challenging him is an outsider, the IT czar turned Congressman Nandan Nilekani. All in all, we are going to be taking a look at the choice before the voters of South Bangalore with a very candid and exclusive chat with the man of the moment, Nandan Nilekani. And so now we talk to the man of the moment, Mr. Nandan Nilekani. Mr. Nilekani, welcome to NewsX and also welcome to the world of politics.
Thank you.
But tell me something, you've come over here, but first of all, are the rumors about you true?
Which rumors are those?
The rumors that you are Rahul Gandhi's golden boy?
Well, I have a good relationship, very good relationship with Mr. Gandhi, and I admire his desire to change the system. And I look forward to partnering him on changing the system. But I'm a good soldier of the Congress Party. I joined the Congress Party last Sunday, and I look forward to reforming Indian politics and the Congress Party with him.
But also, do you think you joined the Congress Party at a wrong time? This is, when you joined, I think 4 years ago, the Congress was doing well. But now, today, the Congress is actually a bad word.
No, I think you don't join parties based on the flavor of the month. The Congress Party ideology is something I believe in. I believe it's secure, liberal ideology, which respects every Indian, which respects all castes, creeds, communities, races, religions. I think that's very important. I was born in a Nehruvian family. My father was a big Nehruvian fan. And it's the Congress UPA government which gave me the chance to run the Aadhaar project. So I'm very much part of the Congress.
But also, see, when early on you were judged for your track record, for what you did with Infosys, Aadhaar, but now you also judged on whether Pawan Bansal gets a ticket, whether Kalmadi gets a ticket, the coal scam, the 2G scam, the whole baggage of the Congress is now part of it.
Well, I think my focus is to win the election in Bangalore South. I have a very good opportunity, and I think the people of Bangalore would like to see me as a representative. So for the next 5 weeks, my job is to win my election.
But the people of Bangalore, do they see you as an outsider? Because, there's a huge Brahmin vote bank. They see you as a Konkani, not as a true blue, the one of their own as Anand Kumar is. Secondly, the other, people are still getting to know you.
No, I'm getting a very good response. I mean, my party, the Congress Party has been...
Your own Congress Party was unhappy about it.
Not at all. My own party, the Congress Party, has been very supportive. I've been meeting with the KPCC president, I met the chief minister, I met all the MLAs, the defeated MLAs, I've met all the corporators, the block president, the workers. So I've had a very good support from them. This morning, as you know, I had a Padayatra in Bengaluru, in Baswantagudi area.
But are you also the Congress's version of the Aam Aadmi?
Well, obviously I have a clean and, incorruptible image, but I'm also a doer. It's not just about making a noise. I actually solve problems.
But see, your image has been off in the corporate sector, but in the public sector, your claim to fame is the Aadhaar card. But I'm finding in his campaigns, Rahul Gandhi is not talking about Aadhaar so much as he is about right to food or
I think,
Narega, which are, UPA wants.
In different times, people will talk about different things, but the fact of the matter is I just resigned from the UIDA Aadhaar yesterday after achieving our goal of having 60 crore people with Aadhaar or 600 million people with Aadhaar. This is a very, very significant achievement. My other experience in the public sector is urban governance. For 5 years, from 1999 to 2004, I was the chairman of something called the Bangalore Agenda Task Force.
So you don't feel that the government the next government will come, it may dump Aadhaar?
On the contrary, I feel the next government will take Aadhaar forward because it is a very important program. It's a very foundational program that is important for social inclusion as well as for improving government.
But Anand Kumar is already calling it Niradhar.
He may have any reason because he's a politician who's desperate that he'll lose this election. So I won't go by his comments.
And you are a politician who's confident who's going to win the election.
Oh, absolutely. I think the people tell me, and people want to change in Bangalore South. When I go around, I meet people. It's not my voice speaking, it's the voice of the people speaking. And they all say, we want a good person, we want a clean person, we want a committed person. We want a capable person, we want a local person. So I'm getting a very good feedback from the constituents.
When Anna Hazare came to Jan Lokpal Bill, you were one of the people who criticized it. Do you feel that...
No, what I said is I'm as much anti-corruption as anybody else. But you are not going to solve the problems of corruption by just having a Lokpal who is some all-in-all powerful guy. You need to fix systems, you need to reduce monopolies, you have to reduce discretion, You have to make things accountable. There's a way to address corruption. I was only talking about the methodology for solving corruption issues.
But how are you going to fix the system? Because if you get elected and, if the polls are right, there is going to be a anti-Congress government at the center.
No, let's wait for the elections. No?
Do you actually see a Congress forming the government?
Anything is possible. I think in politics we don't write it off so early. If you remember, both in 2004 and 2009, what the polls said and what happened were very different. So I would go wait for the results. In any case, for example, with Aadhaar, it's the world's largest anti-corruption platform because for the first time we have built a system where benefits can go directly into the bank account of somebody. So this is how you fix systems, by building large-scale transformational platforms.
I see you've been spending a lot of time with Rahul Gandhi. I hear either you're echoing him or he's echoing you.
No, I think he also wants to improve things through systems, and so do I.
Achha, are the rumors, if the story is correct, are you the next Rahul's Manmohan Singh?
No, I think all that is speculative rumors and I wouldn't waste my time on that. All I know is that I'm happy to be in politics. I'm happy to be in the Congress party.
Are you happy to be in the Congress? When you
Yes.
were there was many congressmen criticized you on Aadhaar, your own, some cabinet.
See, you want to bring change, you join the party that you have the best ideology alignment with. I have that with the Congress party, and they gave me the opportunity to do the Aadhaar project. So I'm very much looking forward to my stint in politics. I believe it's a lever for change. I look forward to this election, and with the people of Bangalore South willing, I will be their MP, and then I'll contribute to this country's future.
Will you contribute the country's future as the Prime Minister, as the Rahul's version of Manmohan
I'm a
Singh?
loyal soldier. I am a team player. I will contribute as an MP and make sure that India progresses. With my skills, I'll contribute to the future of India.
For example, how will you do that?
Well, for example, if you look at what I've done,
Huh.
right? I mean, the Aadhaar project, we have built a platform for identity. We have built a platform
But
for
you
benefit transfer.
tap into that database that was already there.
No,
So,
you enrolled 600 million people new year. There was no database. It's created in the last 4 years. This is the world's largest digital identity project. And with that, we are able to make government benefits more efficient. This is a very, very huge thing.
is it also correct that Rahul Gandhi was keen to make you HRD minister, but again, some Congress people didn't like that?
Well, when I first entered public life, which was in 2009, yes, there were some discussions about various roles. But finally, the role which worked out was the UID chairman, and I'm very happy with that.
You recently made a comment saying that, quoting Natwar Singh, or Indira Gandhi telling Natwar Singh, that in politics you need a very thick skin.
That's right. I just
You-
said. Well, I think, politics, what happens once you enter the public space and once you join a party, then obviously, the partisan elements start emerging and people can make all kinds of remarks. So you must learn to take that with equanimity.
But do you have a thick skin now?
Oh, yeah. I mean, I can deal with criticism, no issues.
Are you happy with the thick skin?
No, look, I have entered with a particular purpose. I want to bring my skills and my experience, contribute to my party, the Congress party, and make India a better country, make Bangalore a better city for its constituents.
Today in your Padyatra, when I was I saw some of the crowd. One of your Congress workers, when you addressed the crowd, very proudly he turns to me and says, "See, Nandan speaking Kannada." Is it such a big thing that you're speaking?
No, I think they're very happy because they know that I can speak Kannada. I give I give speeches in Kannada because the opposition was trying to spread some misinformation on that. So I think they're all very happy. I'm getting an excellent response from the workers of the Congress party.
You're also being called the right man in the wrong party by a lot of people, the average people, so to speak.
No, I think I'm in the right man in the right party. I believe the Congress party is right for this country. I believe I'm the right person in the Congress. And I'm getting a very positive response. And I look forward with the willingness of the people of Bangalore South to be their MP.
But there's also another feeling that, when you talk, you talk about a marathon session, you say that I'm a marathon runner. This is the same language Rahul talks, and it's also the same language who thinks of people who will not win the next election but the election after.
No, what I meant is that after having had a successful career in the private sector and then in public life as sort of a technocrat, now I expect to have a long stint as a politician. And what I meant was that I will be here to stay and make a difference.
How has your life changed suddenly? You've obviously we can see the kurta pajama look, but
Well,
otherwise,
it's a 24/7 job, and I think the fact is that you have to be on your toes all the time. You have to greet people all the time. You have to take their calls all the time. It's a very tough and demanding job, and I'm looking forward to using this opportunity to make a difference. But it is tough and demanding.
But there is, for instance, when was the last time you took a break, saw a movie, or
Oh, I haven't seen him. Ever since I started this campaign, I haven't had time for anything else.
your favorite movie is Casablanca, is that?
Well, I used to watch it. I watch it often, but of late, there's no time for movies. It's
But
just,
there's no play it again Congress happening.
no. No, I'm very happy with my decision.
Also, the Aam Aadmi Party in Bangalore, they've had a huge welcome here. They've got a lot of people enrolled. Is that do you see that as a challenge?
Aam Aadmi Party is inconsequential in my election.
Why is that?
I mean, just it's not happening. The contest is between us, my party, the Congress party, and the BJP.
So why would someone like you not join the Aam Aadmi Party? You have...
I think I don't agree with that agitational approach to problem solving. You can't solve problems by giving sound bites and doing dharna. You have to solve problems by being in the system and changing it. So my philosophy is not that philosophy. My philosophy is the Congress philosophy.
Which is? Congress has a philosophy.
Oh, absolutely. I think it's a
Apart
social...
from the Gandhi dynasty.
It's a social liberal party which believes in everyone having every Indian, no matter what his background, having a stake in the system.
But when Rahul says he wants to change the system, what happens? You also now saying we will have democratization, this, that. Look at this, the Youth Congress, all dynasts have been elected. Rahul Gandhi is still the vice president of the party. What does this change the system?
No,
What do you people
there
mean
is
when you
change
say
is
this?
happening. I mean, look at the array of candidates. The Congress party has put up some very young candidates, a lot of women candidates. The young man who's standing from Bangalore Central, Rizwan, he's come up from the ranks. He's been a Youth Congress president. So you can see change happening, and I think it's a very positive change. I'm very glad.
What is Rahul Gandhi really like? He talks, when he meets in the public, he talks about system, reform, but I mean, is he in it for the long term? He's, this whole image of a reluctant politician.
No,
is what
he's
we
in it
get
for the
from
long
the
term,
outside.
and he wants to bring fundamental reforms to India's politics. He wants to open it up so everybody can participate, and I applaud him for that resolve.
But do you feel, he's got most of his people are professionals from outside. There's a big feeling that the old timers in the Congress are not feeling to be a part of Rahul's Congress. There are people like you, people like his whole team at Tughlaq Road. They seem to be more stakeholders.
Well, I can't speak for anybody else, but I definitely feel that there's a wave of change happening, and if I can contribute, I'll be delighted.
What happens if you lose the election? Where does Nandan go?
I mean, I think when I look at the message I'm getting from the people of Bengaluru South, I'm going to win this election.
Supposing you don't? Because your opponents are saying it's the Rajya Sabha for you.
No. Look, I chose to do this. I chose to fight a popular election because I want to win a popular election. I want to learn the issues and challenges of people, and I want to have the political legitimacy of having won a popular election. That's why I'm doing all this.
So will you fight again if you don't
No,
win?
now I'm in politics for keeps. In any case, people of Bangalore willing, I will win this election. But I'm in it for keeps because I do want to I've come to the conclusion that politics is the biggest lever of change, and that's where I need to be to bring in the change that I think this country urgently requires.
Everybody talks about bringing in the change, but, for instance, Arvind Kejriwal gave us the promise of a change. Once he got in, he
So
lost.
please understand, I have a track record of bringing change. I'm not just talking. Through Infosys, we have created the world's largest...
That was private sector.
In 81, when we started Infosys, nobody had heard of a software company started by professionals. So we showed how we created a multi-billion-dollar company with lakhs of employees. In Aadhaar, from an idea, we gave identity to 600 million people. So I'm quite used to bringing change. I'm quite used to being told that I can't bring change. So I'm very confident that I'll bring change here also.
So we don't have an identity crisis from you.
Not at all.
Okay, finally, last question. What are you going to miss about your old life, the corporate life, the private life of Nandan?
I think the fact that they were quite difficult and strenuous jobs, but this is truly a 24/7 job. So I think that's what I'll have to be on all the time.
Thank you so much for coming on our channel. Thank you for talking to us.
Thank you.
Thank you. What makes this really interesting is Nandan's story. Some see in him the right man in the wrong party. Others see in him the next best Manmohan Singh for Rahul Gandhi, should the UPA 3 ever be in a position to form the government. The vote for Bangalore South hit the headlines soon after IT tycoon Nandan Nilekani exchanged his corporate gear for a kurta pajama and a Congress ticket. Interestingly, his constituency was decided even before he formally joined the party last week. The Congress is hoping that Nandan will make a dent in this primarily middle-class urban constituency. But this is precisely the vote base that the BJP's Anand Kumar is counting on. And being a 5-term MP, Anand Kumar has a first-mover advantage over Nilekani, whom many still see as a newcomer.
What you're really going to see in Bangalore is a fight between the old Karnataka and the new Bangalore. Anant Kumar is very much the old Karnataka. He's the mainstay of the BJP in that state. He was brought up, he's a child of the RSS. He's been a mainstay of the Swadeshi Jagran Manch. He's opposed to globalization, liberalization. Nandan is the face of the new Bangalore. Tech savvy, feted all over the world, full of ideas, understands how the world is going.
The key difference is going to be that South Bangalore wants a very clean, non-corrupt, highly educated person who is going to represent them. And Nandan suits the bill very well. Because the incumbent has been there for a long time. I think there's an anti-incumbency wave. The only negative that we may have is this party, because everybody in that area is upset about the Congress party and for the misrule in Delhi.
Anant Kumar is a very seasoned politician, as all of us know, and he's been representing this constituency for the last 5 terms. And he's very rooted here. Bangalore South as such is a very strong BJP constituency. Bangalore South as such is a very strong BJP constituency. The last time the Congress won here was 1989, the former Chief Minister Gundu Rao.
In an election where corruption is the buzzword, the Congress plan is to pitch Nandan as its Mr. Clean. Certainly his backstory has all the right angles. He studied at IIT Bombay, and much before the dot-com boom hit the rest of the world, he scripted a success story in Infosys with Narayan Murthy. Nandan's biodata makes the right data bank for an aspirational India, a meritorious rise to riches. And it is this story that his campaign team of young professionals are selling to the voters of South Bangalore.
I think the thing people forget about Nandan Nilekani is that he's essentially a risk taker. He gave up a very successful job at Patni Computers and started Infosys with Murthy, who was his boss then, at a time when nobody gave them a snowball in hell's chance of making any kind of success. He put 10,000 rupees into the company, which came from his wife Rohini's account. And they had really hard times. Murthy has said this, I think Nandan has said this, that if it hadn't been for Manmohan Singh and liberalization, they would have closed down the company. So a guy who walks away, an IIT trained guy, who walks away from employment, from guaranteed employment, from success, and takes a chance because he believes in something, is not a man who's scared of failure.
Nandan, on the other hand, is a very distinguished, well-known individual who has done a lot of good in the corporate sector, and he has been instrumental in bringing Aadhaar cards, and is there with the Congress for the last 4 years. So he is quite ambitious, and politically he is inexperienced compared to Anant Kumar, not even anywhere close to him. But inexperience also sometimes is good for people. They have nothing to lose and everything to give.
In the meantime, his rival Anant Kumar has already a head start on him. While Nandan is still on a familiarizing tour of his constituency, familiarizing both himself and the voters about himself, Anant Kumar is a well-known narrative. For instance, take the Brahmin vote bank. Both Kumar and Nilekani are Brahmins, but analysts say that this vote would probably go to Anant Kumar, as the Brahmins also see Nandan as a Konkani and therefore an outsider.
Well, it's becoming very interesting. The campaign has started. I think Nandan has taken a head start. He started much earlier, and he has reached out to a lot of people. He's been visible in the media, social media too. He has gone and visited many colleges, many apartment blocks. I guess he's walked and even taken a bus ride. He's gone to some mosque also and met the Muslim community. Saw him with the photo of the skull cap. So I guess learning to be a politician. He had the head start. Now that Anant Kumar has come, I think he's going to become much more active as you go along. But right now, I think in his campaign, Anant has a head start. It all depends how many people are going to come and vote, who is going to come and vote, and how strong the defense of Anant Kumar will be.
It was Rahul Gandhi who convinced Nandan to shift to Delhi and head the Aadhaar card project. Interestingly, this is probably the only constituency where Aadhaar is an election issue, for even Rahul Gandhi in his campaign speeches prefers to talk about RTI, right to food and Narega instead of the Aadhaar card, which has run into some glitches. This must hurt Nandan, as his team touts this as one of UPI 2's biggest achievements.
Well, I don't think people in that particular area are bothered about Aadhaar. I don't think they're bothered about Aadhaar. I think many of them have taken Aadhaar card for whatever reason. but I don't think it's such a big issue because please remember, a substantial number of people, 80-90% educated people. For them, Aadhaar makes no difference. If you are an uneducated person going to a strange place without an identity, Aadhaar makes a difference. All of them have identity, most of them have bank accounts, they're well educated, they've been very settled. So Aadhaar doesn't make any difference in their lives. So I don't think Aadhaar is a big issue there. And if you go and say, I did Aadhaar and all that, then most of them will ask, what is Aadhaar, how does it help me?
Till the day he joined Congress, Nandan Nilekani had been campaigning and publishing advertisements in all media, saying that he was instrumental in distributing, giving 60 crore Aadhaar cards. So, but after that, the center has delinked Aadhaar from everything, even the cash benefits, direct cash benefits. So, I don't see anything for the Congress to speak about Aadhaar as such now.
There is no denying that Nilekani fits in Rahul's mold of an ideal congressman, a technocrat with a clean image. Some even see him as a new and improved version of Manmohan Singh and Rahul's Camelot. Interestingly, Rahul's first option for Nandan was the HRD ministry and not the UID scheme. But this didn't go down well with other congressmen who had already seen another plum job go to another technocrat.
Well, I think many people are telling that Nandan is a good candidate, he's in the wrong party. They would have preferred him to be an independent. So the anti-incumbency factor will play against him because most people's complaints has been he's a good guy, but he's in the wrong party. And two, he also has to reach out to many people who are not part of the IT group or not part of any other, let's say, group of people who are well informed. There are a lot of people who are middle class, lower middle class, and they have not heard of him. So he has to activate his campaign.
So while he may be Rahul's golden boy, the question is this the right time to be Rahul's golden boy? For clearly, if the opinion polls are right, Rahul won't be needing his version of Manmohan Singh anytime soon.
As far as he's concerned, politics is a new adventure. It's not so much a career for him. It's just his attempt to do something where he believes he can make a difference. And yes, it's possible he'll lose. But hey, the guy's a billionaire. He's admired all over the world. How is he any worse off if he loses? He's still exactly the same old Nandan Nilekani. So as far as he's concerned, it's a risk worth taking.
While in South Bangalore, I attended a corner meeting being addressed by Nandan Nilekani. A Congress worker over there turned around and said to me very excitedly, "See, Kannada speaking Nandan." So in this and in many more ways, Nandan's rival is already miles ahead of him. It's going to be one tough Padyatra from the boardroom to the grassroots for this Congress candidate. That's all for this week. Thank you for watching Cover Story and see you again same time next week.